What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Slackers, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen a very quick rundown of how it works, 100 characters put into a tournament each day on the channel. I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then I'll go over the two characters in the match, maybe a couple facts about the character, maybe a mini moveset pool for how the character might play in Smash Ultimate, and then we'll vote for one of the two characters in the comment section, but voting's a part of the rules, so it's just easier to throw up all the rules on screen right now. And you guys can see them on screen. So first up, rule number one, this is for fun, or maybe a better way to put this is vote for who you personally want. Not who's necessarily more realistic, but who you want to vote for. This is your preference in this case. So yeah, vote for who you want, but you do only get one vote per person. Keep that in mind. You are allowed to vote for both characters. If you feel the need to, if you like both the characters in the match, or if you're just having a difficult time deciding who to vote for, totally fine to vote for both characters. And again, the way to vote, simply type the name of the character or the word both. For whoever you're voting for, that's how you do that. But the rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning characters have to lose twice before being officially eliminated from the tournament. And then once we get to the results to determine winner and loser, if there happens to be a tie in the voting, we'll flip a coin on camera, the fairest way to break a tie. And then each matchup voting-wise only lasts for 1 week, so you have 7 days from when the episode first gets uploaded. You got 7 days to get your votes in. If they come in after that, sorry, they don't count. All right, on to the rest of the video. All right, so we're back in the loser bracket, so someone's getting eliminated today. So the match that we're going over from last week was Tetris L Block. Yeah, even though it was a spirit recently in the past couple months, but still, it's all good. Remember, vote for who you personally want, not who's necessarily more realistic. But Tetris L Block was taking on the Hunter from Monster Hunter, and this one wasn't that close. Wasn't that close. Where we got? Here we go. Monster Hunter, or the Hunter from Monster Hunter, I should say, ends up taking this one 34 votes to just 11 votes for Tetris L Block. So the Hunter moves on to the next round, where she will be facing Arley. So congrats to Monster Hunter. Tetris happens to be eliminated. Yeah, just not a lot of support. That's what it came down to. That's what it came down to. So all right, results out of the way. Let's go to the matchup today. So we have I think we have an interesting match because of actually kind of both the characters if you think about it. So the matchup today is Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses. And her opponent, Byleth's opponent, happens to be Chorus Kids from the Rhythm Heaven series. So let's talk about both the characters now. Byleth is up first, and the reason that this character, there's several reasons this character could kind of be pretty cool. So Fire Emblem recent-ish characters. Robin has had the male and female form. We also had the male and female form for Corrin as well. Byleth would be the exact same thing. Byleth is the character you play as in Fire Emblem Three Houses, has the male and female variants depending on which sex you want to choose through your playthrough. So you could have 4 male costumes, 4 females. I think that would just make a lot of sense, right? They've done it for numerous other characters. Probably end up doing it for Byleth again. Now, you're going to be a lot of people. I get the hate. I get the disdain for Fire Emblem. It's like, it's overrepresented. We don't need any more. I get it. I'm in that boat. But then at the same time, I'm in the boat of, if you can have a more unique playstyle, especially if Fire Emblem happens to get another rep, as long as you're not another Marth clone. And okay, some people look at Byleth and go, nah, it's another Marth clone. It's another blue-haired swords person. I get it. But if you haven't played Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're missing out on, one, a fantastic game, by the way. If you're on the fence and you haven't played it, trust me, pick it up, play it. Worth it. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, the Ken seal of approval, right? Wait, that's DLC leaks. Never mind. But this character, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers as much as I can, but we'll say it would be another sword user, but there's more to the sword. Okay. You've been warned. Spoilers for like the next 10-15 seconds. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you had your time. The sword for Byleth happens to be a very unique weapon. It's like a whip sword, and that would be such a fantastic new addition. It's not just another blue-haired swords person, which is fantastic. I would love to see that. It would be such a unique weapon, such a really cool way to kind of just differentiate yourself from, the rest of, or pretty much the rest of the Fire Emblem cast that's already in Smash Bros. Now. All right, so spoilers over, right? So the weapon would be, that could be based around a lot for the moveset, obviously. But you could, and it's kind of really iffy, but you could end up doing maybe like a spear user, maybe like a battle axe user, I suppose. I mean, because it had access to it in the game, but a lot of Fire Emblem characters have different access to different sort of weapons. But I think the sword would be the main way to do it, so it would be a fun character, and it, again, not just another blue-haired swords person. People, you'll probably catch on to my drift there, but one point I gotta bring up. Since Smash Ultimate came out, it's had a pretty, we'll say, somewhat steady release of brand new spirits. Pretty much, big Nintendo games that have come out in the past year. They had the partner Pikachu and Eevee spirits that came out for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They had those. We had Mario Party spirits. Let's see. We had, I think, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Wasn't there like 2 or 3 spirits for that? We had, what else did we have? Did we have, no, we didn't have Luigi's Mansion. We had the random ones, like the Tetris one. We had that randomly for Tetris 99, I guess you could say. We had the Daemon X Machina. So, like, we recently, again, last month, we had the Pokemon Sword and Shield Spirit. So, Resident Evil, I guess to kind of commemorate Resident Evil 4 through 6 on the Switch. Anyway, my point is, Fire Emblem Three Houses was a very big game for Nintendo in 2019. And no mention, no representation, no just a couple random spirits to pop up, right? Didn't get anything from it. So it's like, alright, why did Sakurai be like, nah, we're not going to put Fire Emblem spirits into the game? Look, when it comes to Fire Emblem, the main gripe is there's too many playable reps for Fire Emblem when there's other franchises that still are waiting for a second, a third, a fourth rep when Fire Emblem has like 1,000, right? But here's where my brain goes on this one, right? Around the time Fire Emblem Three Houses was released, maybe they were thinking, okay, we'll do some Fire Emblem Three Houses spirits. But then they're like, actually, we're going to do more DLC, because Fire Emblem Three Houses released at the end of July of 2019, and then little over a month later, at the beginning of September, they announced that we're getting even more DLC fighters, which was great. So it's kind of like, all right, maybe Sakurai has it in his mind, maybe Nintendo had it in their mind that, all right, we're putting somebody from Fire Emblem Three Houses as a playable character in Smash. Maybe Byleth fills that role. Byleth really could do that. So it would be definitely a unique, different character to what is already represented in the Fire Emblem playable characters. So I think if you're unique enough, I welcome it, first of all. Again, I'm not in the boat of, we need more Fire Emblem. I'm not in that boat, all right? I'm not saying that. But you're different. You're not going to be Marth clone number 7,512, all right? We got enough of that. Just give me something different. If Fire Emblem needs to and has to be in Smash Bros. For a new playable character, just make it different. Just make it different. That's all I'm going to say. So, would be a fun character. I'd say that. I think it'd be an enjoyable character. How about this one, though? Another enjoyable potential character. Chorus Kids. Characters. I guess they could kind of all play as one kind of character. And let's go back to the Jamatsu. I've heard it pronounced 2 different ways. The big leak for Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. There was the whole thing of, hey, we found some data for Rhythm Heaven rep, and Chorus Kids and Karate Joe to an extent kind of came to the forefront, and people are like, all right, what about Chorus Kids? What could they offer? What could they do? And if you remember, Smash Wii U 3DS, they wanted the games to be the same roster, and the 3DS really held the game back. Now, here's my thought on this. Chorus Kids were planned to be a playable rep. They got nixed due to the 3DS's limitations. Maybe the Chorus Kids play as a 3-in-1 character. Now, as we know, Sakurai couldn't get the Ice Climbers to work on the 3DS, therefore, they didn't happen. So maybe maybe Chorus Kids just happened to kind of fall under that the same umbrella. Maybe they kind of were in early development, so that's why the data was there for them. But, along the way, they're just like, all right, we can't make it work. They ain't happening. So that's kind of like where my mind goes on that one. I do firmly believe there was a Chorus Kids or Rhythm Heaven rep that was planned to be playable at some point. I do believe that. But I think, again, because of the 3DS limiting everything, it didn't happen. So, moveset-wise, Rhythm Heaven is a rhythm-based kind of game, and that would be a fun moveset. We don't have anything like that. A rhythm-based moveset for attacks, and I don't know. It'd make a unique character. I don't know if I've seen a few different ideas kind of floated out there. Maybe you just control a single Chorus Kid, and they kind of rotate, like a rhythm-based like tag-in kind of system. Kind of similar to Pokemon Trainer, but like each Chorus Kid would have different maybe special attacks or something like that. Maybe they all have the same smash attacks and tilt attacks potentially, but you rotate them in and they get, or another one would be they obviously 3 is 1, they all play it together and you control one. It's like that'd be like the Ice Climber sort of duo. You control the main character, and then the second, and in this case the third characters would follow you and mimic and do everything that you input the main character to do. So you could kind of go a couple different ways with it, and I think they really would be an enjoyable character. This is another series that I think I would be okay with, personally, but it's not something I'm kind of really rooting for. Again, I'm not really rooting for another Fire Emblem character either at this point, but I do feel like the uniqueness factor, and like Ice Climbers, I love the Ice Climbers, simply because they are unique. They're a 2-in-1 character. You control one, and there's a second one right behind you, if Nano actually wants to listen to what you're controlling, but different topic. So, I like the 2-in-1, so I believe if they went for like the 3-in-1 sort of play style, that would be very fun. That'd be pretty unique. Again, rhythm-based moveset, we don't have that, so that's already a moveset design thing that we don't have in Smash Bros. So, hey, you bring something unique, I'm willing to give you a shot. I'm willing to give you a chance. So, but, I even with the potentially bringing in a rhythm-based moveset, it's still not a character or a franchise that I'm like, I need to see. That was probably loud. It's not something that I'm like, I need to see this. I want to see this. After playing through Fire Emblem 3 Houses, that game was phenomenal. I really like the potential. I guess you could say I like the sword. I like the moveset Byleth could end up bringing. I'm good. I'm going Byleth. I'm going Byleth. I know it's like really more Fire Emblem, but between these two, I'm going Byleth. So let me know who you guys are picking down in the comments. Byleth or Chorus Kids or both. It's all good. Remember, vote for who you want, not who's necessarily more likely. That's not what this tournament's about. It's always been about voting for who you want. It's always been that way. So that is it for this one. Little sneak peek for tomorrow. Where are we at here? Here we go. Tomorrow's matchup, we have another Nintendo rep in Psylux from Metroid Prime, and we can talk about Psylux tomorrow. Should have a pretty decent role in the upcoming Metroid Prime 4, so that should be fun. But his opponent, Jill Valentine, a spirit. Again, doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter if she's a spirit. If you like her, you vote for her. But that's the matchup tomorrow, and then we'll get the results for who's tomorrow. Tomorrow's results will be for Professor Layton, who is taking on 2B. Again, loser bracket, somebody's getting eliminated. Anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned for Friday.